We've lived here for about 35 years. We redid this front yard. We started 2 years ago doing the yard. We worked all last year doing this area, redoing this area, reset the boulders, put all this in, and then we moved up to the other end of the house. We removed everything. Our main goal was save the trees. Everything else is new. Well, we had a drought. We were actually thinking of desertscaping, except we just haven't been able to do it. We hate desertscape and we love grass. So here we are hoping that we're not really in a drought and that this year will be as good as next year and we'll be able to water our grass next year. Well, actually, a lot of these boulders were we already had boulders in our yard for 35 years ago, so we reused our boulders. I do boulder work in my work all the time, so you know, we just put them, we pick them up where they fit and set boulders. There's a lot of fall. There's about 30 foot of fall from here to there, so we just terraced it, worked our way up. We before was probably terraced about here and then a big slope down to the street, and you know, it's just all grass, so we were trying to get rid of some grassy area. Also, we wanted to add more of a patio area up here, so really started down there and worked our way up. The trees guided us. If you look closely, the boulders work around and to the trees. It'd be a lot easier to do this if you had no trees, but not nearly as nice. So this patio was in. This is kind of where we started the different elevation and what would work. And the excavation contractor actually suggested we look into this. I have never worked with this stuff before. And so that's when we came out to American Stone. I've been sending boulders for 30 years.
So it was somebody you kind of already knew?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this one didn't take very long. This is our first shot at it, and this is probably more normal than what I'm going to show you up above, where our own people did it, and it took all summer. I think you'll see a huge difference in really taking your time. If you don't, you'll be sorry. It's a pump. This was really more Judy than I actually probably was against it, but I love it now that we got it.
Actually, that has kind of a story. When we built the house, we had two ponds. We had a pond here in the back and a huge pond in front. After 20 years, I was tired of hiding them, and so we filled in the front and we made this a dry creek bed. Well, when we started adding on and remodeling the yard and changing down front, we talked about another water feature, and I said, I'm all for a water feature as long as when it's off, it drains totally dry, so we don't have to worry about standing water or loss and so on. We came up with the trick, and that's how this came about. My favorite part, of course, is sound. I love sitting on the patio and we can hear it. But I just think it adds to the whole yard. I just love it. It's soothing. It just, you know, you sit on the patio and you can hear it, and yet it's not so loud it bothers any conversation or anything. I really like it. Well, we went and looked at what you had. And we just thought it worked with our brick and our house, and so we picked it up. We wanted it all to work together. We finished all the rest and did this walkway and that all this year. We originally was going to have the lower part be grass or artificial grass. We hadn't really decided. But after we saw our flagstone in the front and everywhere, we just we thought we'll just make it flagstone. We love it. Actually, we did think, well, water issue. Maybe it would be best if we did artificial. We started at first, but we preferred the flagstone. We like that. And our original plan, this was going to be gravel
Ah,
and more desertscape. But as we went along, we changed our minds and put in the grass. We actually have worked with Hales, Rob Hales,
okay.
and Lomond View Nursery for years. And we've always loved it, and we've always worked with them. So we had Rob Hales come in, and he would arrive with trucks of plants and set them around, and then he'd say, "Do you like this?" It was just a slanting, like that over there, just a slanting field.
So it wasn't even really grass. It was.
No, we had to cut this out to put the house in.
To put
Oh,
the house
okay.
at the right level.
This is fantastic. Just to walk through here. We did another walkway up there. I would do this if I had it to do over again.
And now, the two guys that did this are over doing a patio for our son and daughter-in-law with your stones.